Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today we are working on the Big Bear, and noticed a problem with my milling vise. It was getting stiff and hard in places, so time to maintenance it. But anyway, I was working on the brake levers for my Big Bear because I'm putting matching ones on it that is a left and a right, and it has the parking brake on it. All of them should have that. I don't care. They all should have a parking brake. But the problem is I want mirrors on mine, and I like the option of having it. The perfect brake lever is one with a parking brake and a mirror mount. Well, this didn't have a mirror mount. It came with a cap like that right there that mounts it to the handlebars. So I went and made my own. Right there, that goes just like that right there. So now I have a place for 10 millimeter by 1.25 thread hole to thread my mirror in. So I was working on that, and that's when I noticed my vise was acting stupid. Yesterday, however, I did do a video for you guys, or at least I thought I did. I went and replaced the solenoid on my son's Big Bear and I told you guys I would do that. And for some reason, I don't know what the hell possessed me to do this, but then what to possess me to not check to make sure I didn't screw something up. I went and hit the side button, the power button, real fast. For some reason, I don't know why, but it switched it from video to pictures. So I clicked it and didn't pay no attention to it, went to make my video and got none of it because the camera was set on taking pictures and I didn't realize it. So needless to say, you're not getting a video out of me. I'm not taking it back apart and putting it together again. So we're going to do a vise video. So I'll get set up here and show you what we got going on. So we've got the vise all cleaned up and took apart and everything cleaned. I don't know where that stain came from. Something rusted on it or something. I wonder if I can get that off of there. Nope. I'll wait until I get it on there to do that. But anyway, what I had found when I took this apart was 4 of these bearings had popped out of their sockets, and they're just barely in there. So it actually could have had a better thrust bearing than that. But the shaft got a thrust bearing that goes on, and you got to be careful not to lose your ball bearings like I just did. Once we get the race on it, well, I forgot to put grease on the damn thing. Why don't I just do this? Why don't I put grease on it? We'll put our race together. Then we'll put it all together in one. Alright, so then this goes up in here. And you want to make sure that pocket's nice and clean. Alright, so then on the other side you have a collar that threads on, and it's got a set screw on the one side. So just take that, thread it on, and then I just taken just judge it best I can. So then we'll tighten that down. I hate using these things. Now I can turn it. Alright, so now we got the wedge, and it goes in here just like that, but we're going to put some grease on these lead screw. At least it had some on it when it came from the factory, so I assumed that it's a moving part. It wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of grease on it. Yeah, it'll probably collect shavings and stuff, but when you're using it, you can regulate whether it's getting rough or not and change it. Alright, so then this goes in here, and I believe because I wasn't paying attention when I took it apart, to be honest with you. See, we all have mess ups once in a while. But the bottom of this thing has a bolt that goes up against it, so this looks like it's been hitting right there. So I would assume that it goes in this orientation. So we'll go ahead and thread that up in there. Alright, then the head goes on. And then you tighten this side down. But we're going to get us a socket to do that. Alright. Now before I do that, I just want to put a little bit on the ways. Alright, so this here is going to have slop in it until you tighten this side up. So you go back here on the back side of it and hope that I don't run out of it. I don't think it's going to go all the way in the hole, so I'm going to have to use this. Alright, so I just got it adjusted to where it's nice and tight, but still has play. Alright, so now that fixed, or the movable jaw's on, now we can go ahead and install this on there. And we'll set that on there. And we got to flip it over and get the right socket. We used a screwdriver to start with. And then you put your fixed jaw bolts in. Well, there it goes. And then we'll put it on the ratchet and tighten it down. Alright. Then we can put our jaws on it. And I'm not sure which way these go. I know one side's tapered and the other side is square. So let's see if we put, I think we got to have the squared up top. Back that all the way out. They're not the easiest things in the world to get in there. Too close to the bed and causes your ear to hit the bed so you can't turn it. So I tried this to get it in there to where it was almost tight, and this is not the right size for it, but it gets it in there at an angle. It helps to get it in there. See, I got it at an angle so it goes in there and turns that bolt. Now if it was hard to turn, you wouldn't be able to do this, but since that's not hard to turn, we did alright. So now we need to find the one for that one. And tighten those down. I'm not sure which way those are supposed to go. I really should have paid much more attention to it when I took it apart, but they feel level with each other. Now they're not level with each other on the sides, but anyway, so that's how you reassemble your grizzly vise and what to look for when you get into it. And if this thing does a lot of this, that means this screw here, the set screw in here, needs to be adjusted a little tighter. So I just basically rock it this way until I don't see much rock at all, because you can see the oil, and that was one of the reasons why I used this WD-40 to spray it, so that the reflection of the light could show me that that was moving. So when it stopped moving, then I knew that's where I needed to leave it set. So now I'm going to get this installed back on the vise, or on the mill, and go on with my bad self. I thought that was kind of funny that I had took two pictures when I hit record and when I hit off. So I got two pictures. I'm like, damn it. Anyway, but I wanted to put matching master cylinders on mine that was left and right, and these are for Polaris Expedition. And like, I think I picked out 2000, yeah, 2000, something like that, Expedition. And I just made my own little stands. Started off with a square, drilled out 7/8 hole, and then I cut it apart and milled it. So these are ready to be put on. I'm getting ready for my son to come visit. He's coming to see me. We're going to do some riding and teach him how to ride a four-wheeler. Be nice to know how to ride your Christmas gift, wouldn't it? But I haven't decided whether I wanted to paint these black or leave them aluminum. I know when you paint stuff aluminum black, it starts flaking off and then it looks worse than it did. So at least this is uniform. Tell me what you guys think. I think they'll work just fine. And then I've got a lock so I can lock my parking brake. Anyway, hope you guys got something out of this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Really, really do it. Don't just listen to my words. Actually go and do it. Anyway, I don't get nothing off my videos if you guys don't do those little steps. It's a half a cent, but we get something. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Later.